Let's start by understanding the core documentation involved in MOT testing. The official inspection manuals and testing guides are now primarily digital, accessible through the MOT Testing Service and gov.uk, with special notices alerting us to updates. It's crucial to know that physical copies are no longer required at testing stations. Special notices keep testers informed about changes and important issues, and all staff must have access and acknowledge these. Additionally, customer leaflets are available electronically, covering parts checked and testing procedures, but there's no obligation to distribute them physically. Finally, official forms are strictly for MOT purposes and must be used according to the guide's instructions. Focusing on forms, the VT01 is essential for applying or varying MOT authorization. Completing this form correctly is critical because any false information can jeopardize your application or authorization status. When changes occur that require this form, you can either download it or request it from the DVSA Customer Service Center. This ensures that authorization records stay accurate and up to date, maintaining the integrity of the MOT testing process. For contacting DVSA, the Customer Service Center is available Monday to Friday, from 7:30 in the morning until 6 in the evening. They handle inquiries and support. When an examiner is authorized, DVSA issues the VT9 certificate specifying vehicle classes and approved premises, which must be displayed prominently at the testing station. There's also the VT9A poster outlining test classes, fees, retest, and appeals procedures. This must be publicly displayed to keep customers informed. These documents ensure transparency and clarity in MOT operations. The VT17 form is the official way for customers to appeal MOT test results, whether for pass or fail decisions. Appeals must be submitted within specific timeframes: 14 working days for failures, 28 days for mechanical defects in passes, and up to 3 months for corrosion-related defects. The VT20 test certificate is typically printed via the MOT testing service, except in contingency testing situations where handwritten forms are used. Understanding these timelines and procedures helps maintain fairness and clarity in the testing process. When a test is completed, a record is created in the MOT Testing Service database, and a test certificate must be printed if requested or under certain conditions, like non-UK registered or imported vehicles. In contingency testing, handwritten certificates are used, but customers can exchange these for printed versions later, free of charge. The tester who performed the test must sign the certificate, confirming accuracy. For partial retests, the tester must also confirm and sign after re-examination. This process ensures documentation integrity and customer confidence. Corrections to test records can only be made before the test expiry date. The original tester should make amendments after verifying details, but if unavailable, another tester may do so. Changes like vehicle color or odometer readings have specific rules. Odometer corrections must be within 28 days and reflect the reading at the time of change. VRM changes after testing require DVLA involvement. DVSA can amend records and issue replacements when necessary, especially if the original examiner is no longer authorized. Importantly, no amendments can be made during contingency testing. This careful control preserves test record accuracy. Duplicates of test documents can be issued by any testing station, provided the customer proves their right by supplying the original test number or V5C reference plus VRM. If requested at the original testing station, presenting the vehicle suffices. Duplicates can't be issued beyond 18 months from the test date and can carry a fee. DVSA may issue duplicates under certain conditions. It's vital to note that duplicates and replacements cannot be issued during contingency testing. Also, any alterations on VT20 certificates are prohibited. Dangerous defects found must be clearly communicated and recorded, emphasizing safety. The VT29 or VT29M inspection checklist helps testers record information during MOT tests, especially useful in contingency testing, where detailed failure and advisory notes are mandatory. The VT30 form must be issued when a test is refused or abandoned due to safety concerns, test equipment failure, or if requested after a failed test. If a test can't be completed fully, testers must document the reasons and any failures found. These forms ensure transparency and proper documentation when tests don't proceed as normal, safeguarding both testers and customers. When a vehicle fails the MOT, the test record must detail failure reasons and a VT30 form issued if necessary, signed by the tester. If repairs are expected to take over an hour, the failure must be recorded immediately. Using the pass after rectification at station option requires completing the test before repairs, then registering results and issuing appropriate documentation. Dangerous defects must be clearly explained to the customer, with non-testable dangerous issues recorded manually. Advisory notices, VT32, inform the vehicle presenter of inspection outcomes. In contingency testing, handwritten documents can be exchanged for printed ones at no charge, ensuring flexibility and clarity. Finally, the Welsh language policy ensures that MOT documents issued in Wales are bilingual, with certificates and refusal notices available in both English and Welsh. Advisory notices also follow this dual language format. However, during contingency testing, handwritten entries are only required in English, and contingency certificates are printed in English only. This policy supports accessibility and compliance with regional language requirements, reflecting the importance of clear communication with all customers.